Good evening and welcome to USL Soccer tonight here on City Island in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where the Harrisburg City Islanders are going up against Orlando City. And we've got a great matchup for you here tonight. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux will be on side of me in just a few minutes. And there you see some of the crowd filling in here. A beautiful night for soccer. A little bit breezier tonight than we saw on Saturday night where it was pretty calm out there. But not too calm for the Islanders as they won a huge match on Saturday night against Bethlehem Steel. 3-2 with Cardell Bembo's shot in the final minute of that match. They are 2-1 right now in 7th place in the Eastern Division, but every team has played one more game so far than the City Islanders. For Orlando City B, they come in here tonight looking to get a big win on the road. They're 1-3. They lost to the New York Red Bulls, a team that the Islanders beat 2 games ago, and they are looking to try to walk out of here with a big win tonight. It's a huge game. Every game's a huge game for the Islanders, who come in here with a 2-game winning streak. And let's take a look at the players that are going to get them here tonight. For Orlando City, you look first of all at Haji Berry, wearing number 13. He has 1 game-winning goal already this season against Toronto. On the other side, a guy who looms large always for City Islanders. It is Aaron Wheeler, Aaron Wheeler, the 6'4" big guy who is the forward up there. Cardell Bembo, who had the game-winning goal the other night, also getting the start tonight at midfield. And of course tonight also Tiago Calvano is going to be stepping in there for Travis Brent, who hurt himself in the game the other night. A lot of wind blowing here on the field tonight. It should be an interesting one, and field position will be everything in this particular match. We look forward to a great match here tonight. It's the City Islanders going up against Orlando City B, and you're watching it all here on Unvika. It's USL Soccer. It's City Islanders at Orlando City B.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of B, just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Welcome back to City Island. Your lineups tonight look at Haji Berry, the forward. He had a game-winning goal against Toronto this year. Earl Edwards in goal tonight, giving up a goal and a half a game. And of course, you look over there at Zach Carroll. He's normally a goalkeeper. He's out there at midfield tonight, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. Pierre De Silva, number 98, with 2 assists this season. On the other side, Aaron Wheeler with a big goal here the other night. Johnny Mendoza and Jamie Thomas will be running alongside of him. And, of course, in the goal tonight also for them is Brandon Miller, who has 3 goals in 3 games, giving up 1 per game, but he has been tough so far. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux alongside me here, and ready to get this one underway. Charlie, we have it underway in Orlando City in purple tonight. Looking very Natalie attired, as you are tonight. Charlie just came in here from a TV stint, and wearing a beautiful suit here tonight as well. So great to have you aboard, partner.
Great to be here, Gary. A beautiful night for soccer here at FNB Field, and a real opportunity for the City Islanders to pick up a W tonight and really move up in the standings after a huge win here on Saturday night.
They're 1 game behind everybody else in terms of games played so far, or matches played rather. So they have 6 points so far by virtue of their 2 wins. And here's Orlando getting the ball across the line. We have a lot of wind here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that this evening. It's swirling. We're up on the second deck. They're down in the field, so they may not be feeling quite the brunt of it. The flags are not quite standing still out there, but they're blowing right to left on your screen.
Yeah, we saw that Saturday night, Gary, and it really didn't seem to have much impact at all. We get, I think, a little bit more breeze up here in the box than they do down on the field.
Johnny Mendoza fighting out down there. Good heel pass. And it's going to be kicked across the end line. And are they going to call that a corner? And they're going to call that a corner kick right away.
Sure that was off white, Gary.
So the first corner of the night will go to Orlando City right out of the gate. And taking the corner kick will be Pierre De Silva. He has 2 assists so far this season. So a flat kick that time, right in front of the net, and then booted out of there by Mendoza. And quickly down on it was Bembo. Bembo getting the start here tonight after the great goal the other night in that super win over Bethlehem Steel. Earl Edwards in the goal tonight for Orlando City.
No question, Gary, that Bembo goal on Saturday night will be in the season highlight reel. Split the defenders, went right in one-on-one, and just a beautiful shot to win a game that Harrisburg richly deserved and badly needed.
Nishanian kicks the ball across the touchline, so it'll be brought back in quickly by Orlando City. It'll be deflected off of City Islander over there. It's a nice night, but it's gotten a lot colder within the last half hour, and that's going to have a little bit of a factor here tonight. We got a little injury on the far side right now. An Islander went down, and that was Nishanian. And there you see, took a little shot, and that's what'll knock the breath out of you. It's a beautiful day here today. It was in the high 60s. It's now probably reaching down into the low 60s. I'll be kind. City Islanders coming off a 2-game winning streak in here, 2 quality wins. And right out in front of the goal here, and you got a clean shot. Look out. How did they stay out of it? Still trying to get it out, and man, I'll tell you what, how did that one not get put in goal?
Because he overpassed, Gary. That was an opportunity to just take a shot at point blank range right on frame, and instead he chose to give it up, and that, I think, was a mistake.
That'll wake your defense up in a hurry right there, because the Islanders were very, very fortunate not to have a goal scored on them in that moment. Ball booted across field by Leo Madera. Long pass. You're going to get a push from behind on the Islanders, I think.
Orlando's certainly having the better of it here in the early going.
Good movement there. Midfield by Pierre De Silva. He'll swing it back to Tony Roca. Off to Paul Clois. And then swing far side from Zach Carroll. Zach Carroll actually listed as a goalkeeper in the program. But in there at midfield tonight as the ball sent out of there by Bembo. So far, Orlando City looks a little quicker to the ball here to open up this match tonight.
They certainly, as I say, have had the better of it here in the early going. Harrisburg just hasn't seemed to find their groove yet, Gary, but when they do, they've been relatively explosive offensively, at least in the match that we saw Saturday night.
Nice takeaway that time for Harrisburg. That was Rashid Olibi getting the takeaway and then sent downfield and kicked back again to Earl Edwards. So Orlando City will kick the ball out here in a goal kick. A little short kick. I'll let their guy bring it upfield. See Harrisburg again playing that containment kind of defense right now where they'll bend a little bit, but they won't break. That was kind of an odd sequence there for Orlando City. No one really quite had control of it, and
results in a throw-in for Harrisburg, Gary. You're right, you don't see that very often.
And there's Zach Carroll, the guy we said normally a goalkeeper, maybe a little bit unused to not picking it up with your hands back there. Good cross, nobody home though this time. So it'll be a goal kick out for Orlando City. Orlando City coming off a 3-1 loss to the New York Red Bulls, who regained their scoring touch a little bit the other night after losing to the City Islanders 1-0. They won 3-1 over Orlando City. Ball taken down there by Victor Gyro. Again, the eternal question tonight will be if it's Gyro or Hero. In Greek, it's Hero, right?
That's correct.
A long kick. Let's see what the wind's doing with this at all. Good head out of there by Jamie Thomas. Danny DePrima gets a start tonight in the middle. Local product from Dillsburg, Northern High School. Ball going through Wheeler's legs there. Quickly down on it was Bembo. Did he kick it off an Orlando City player? Yes, he did.
It's going to be Harrisburg's.
The ball goes across the touchline, far side again. The hustle of Cardell Bembo showing up on that play.
Good speed, a lot of hustle, and as you know, Gary, some real ball skills, and he's a player.
Yeah, it's great speed, a lot of hustle. He knows what to do when he gets there, and I think that's the key point that you're making, Charlie. And we saw that the other night, man. He split the two defenders and went in for a huge goal, one that people will remember for a long time around here.
With time running out in a game that Harrisburg had controlled and even dominated early on, gave up 2 goals, one of which was really an error, and it looked like, you know, they were going to end up with a tie. Benbow splits those defenders on a beautiful ball.
Was it
and,
ever?
Scored, but I think there was only a minute left in the match.
Abbas Mohammed throws it in, but it's kicked off of the Islanders, and I think it's going to belong to Orlando City. At least all movements indicate that. We saw John Grosh, defender, back for the Islanders. So the throw-in coming up here, and Islanders having a chance here to get something going down there. Jamie Thomas hustles back, fights it out, take it away, pushed ahead again.
Thomas had a great match on Saturday night, Gary. We talked about it a lot. Really made the plays. That was terrific on the position interchange, running that touch line really from end to end.
Gyro throws it in. Controlled by Pierre De Silva. Swings it across to Haji Berry. Fight down in the corner again. Oh, and it's going to be a foul on the far side on Orlando, and we got a player down over there, and I think it's Abbas Mohammed.
I'm a little surprised they didn't get a card. There is the card, Gary. The card's coming up now.
Absolutely. He got Mohammed right in the leg, and you could see him holding down there on his ankle. Take a look at this again. And there you see Mohammed clearly has it a watch. And then just the undercut. Easy call. Yellow card. So the early going here, both teams jockeying for position, 8:36 into this one. 6:30 start here tonight on the island. Normally we get a 7 o'clock start of the weekend, and later on in the season those will go a little bit later, but there's the first kick out tonight by Brandon Miller. He of the gigantic foot. And that one was a huge boot, and just a look there by Thomas. I'll just test you out here and see if you're awake down there, Mr. Edwards. Earl Edwards, the goalkeeper tonight, giving up 1.5 goals a game.
Still trying to establish a pattern on both sides, Gary, and it's been a little bit of back and forth thus far. Orlando had the better of it early on, and Harrisburg is now picking up their game, going on the attack a little bit more aggressively, pushing some players forward and creating good space. So they're off to a good start.
Silva off to Gyro, back to Barry. Now they'll swing, other side, off the foot of Madeira. Switch fields and come back to the same side again. Trying to loosen up that Harrisburg defense. You see how tight they are. Harrisburg the other night showed a lot of good spacing, I thought, in their defense throughout the course of the game.
They did, Gary, and they've marked up a lot more tightly this season than they did last year, and I think that's helped them a lot. Their defense looked pretty good with a couple of minor exceptions on Saturday night.
Oh, and there's a cross, and Brandon Miller right there to pick it up. So good throw in, and Miller's going to get it out very quickly, far side to Mohammed. Mohammed with a good foot move there, and now has a chance to push it down the field. So Mohammed's at Bembo.
I think you're going to get a corner here.
Oh, a good save by Earl Edwards. Some little fancy footwork down there by the keeper.
Moved quickly.
Said I could use my hands, I could use my feet too. And quickly the swing out to the near side, which is taken by De Silva. He'll send it back and then reset the offense.
Harrisburg on Saturday night, Gary, had a remarkable number of corners. I think they ended up the game with 11, if I remember.
11-3. It was a huge number, and what was really interesting was they didn't, actually it was 10-3. They didn't come away with one goal off the quarters.
No, they needed, as we said at the time, to work on those set pieces a little bit. We'll see tonight how that develops.
Well, and here comes your first corner of the night for Harrisburg. So corner kick, or let's see, just we were talking about it, right on cue. It was interesting there to watch Jamie Thomas coming down the field because he held back to make sure he didn't get offsides, and the defensive player kicked it across the end line. So here is Mohammed, Abbas Mohammed, to center it. And be looking for Wheeler far side and just going to kick it way on by their shot. And I think the wind is having an effect down there tonight. You can really see them kind of trying to adjust to it. It's a real swirling wind here inside the stadium as well. So the other night, it didn't seem to bother the players. Tonight, seems to have a little bit more effect.
And I think you're right, Gary. It's swirling here inside the FNB field, and I think that's what makes it tough down on the field.
Here's Mendoza. And then taking it out of there is Thomas again, looking downfield. One man to beat, can't do it. Ball has not touched Wheeler's feet yet, Charlie.
Makes the short passing game all the more important, though. And I think you're going to see him go a little bit more to the short passing game. And you're right, Aaron Wheeler, the big center of the front line of the City Islanders, hasn't yet touched the ball. Always an offensive threat, though. And he has done so much for this side this season. Last season was out at the end of the year, and you noticed it when he wasn't there.
And not only did they lose a scoring presence last year, but they lost that height. He's so good with his head, and they look for that regularly. We see a lot more ground passing tonight too, I would think, with this wind being up there. There's, you know, when you get it on the ground, there's not so much wind on it, and obviously the short passing game combines with that. We'll see which team adjusts the best first.
Yeah, we were talking Saturday night, Gary, about kind of the long and the short of it for Harrisburg City Island. You've got Paul Wilson, who is literally more than a foot shorter than Aaron Wheeler.
And both of them scored in the match the other night.
They did.
How does that look, Chad?
They were the first two goals.
Okay. Yeah,
Wheeler with the head, Wilson with the feet. Ball taken far side. Looks like Bembo with it. Bembo fighting it out. Has it taken away for a moment. Now Wheeler gets on it. Wheeler gets taken down from behind. So nothing here. 13:30 into this one so far. Got to swing back to Miller. Miller with the green shoes on tonight, the gold. Not hard to catch him in a crowd, is it?
As sartorially resplendent as you are, Mr. Say.
I'm wearing a rather plain blue and khaki look here tonight, so. The ball will go out across the touchline.
Got a player down. I'm not sure what the situation is there.
I'm not sure either. A lot of players at the deck there tonight. Here you see DePrima back for yet another season here. His third season now with the City Islanders.
Oh, it's a shoe. Or a shin guard. I'm not sure what he's.
I think he hurt something there. We're definitely going to have some
ankle.
Interesting time here at the end of the half. Fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune into USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. ET on, and that's Eastern Time, on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check USLsoccer.com. Back underway here at City Island, where there's no score here in the early part of this match. 15-11 into it. Lots of time to play here. The ball will be sent off far side, looking for Bembo, not going to get it, and Wheeler gets his foot on it. Wheeler swings it back, finds Rashid Olibi over there, and then stolen away by Orlando. As Nice little chip there by Mohammed. So again, the passing has been tough here for both teams in the early going tonight, Charlie. It's been very, very choppy.
It has, and as I say, both teams kind of looking to settle into a pattern neither one has yet. We thought that the short passing game was going to become much more dominant. Doesn't really look that way at this juncture. I don't know that the wind is a big factor on the field. Hard to tell, but both teams looking to settle in right now, build the attack, create the right space, look for some scoring opportunities.
We'll be talking with Coach Betcher at the half here tonight, and certainly getting an idea of his adjustments. Still a long way to go here in the first half, though. And one has a feeling tonight that one goal in this game could loom very, very large this evening.
Kind of looks that way early on, but we thought that the other night too.
You can change in a hurry if it starts to flurry goals here. Good job by Bembo clearing it out far side. And blocked out there nicely by Orlando City. Thrown back in quickly by Gyro. A good cross field look, but going to be too long again. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you tonight. The crowd's still filing in here. It was an early game tonight. A lot of people trying to get through the traffic to get in here. Maybe a little bit late arrivals, fashionably late.
Coming out after work. Beautiful night for soccer, and they're getting their money's worth.
You know, it's funny, my wife and I were driving around the stadium after the game the other night, and looking across the river. What a beautiful sight here it is at night. It really is. It's just a fantastic look.
It's a great town, a great place to watch soccer, and a great product, Gary. I mean, this is the largest soccer league in the country, as you know, and it has really stepped up in so many ways with the player development and the folks that they're putting on these sides and what they're able to do on the field. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Wheeler getting out ahead, and then a good back kick that time. Orlando City. Levy trying to chase it down. That's going to send out to Mohammed. Mohammed to Bembo. Bembo double teamed right there. And swung back upfield again. Since that early first 4 minutes of this match, really it's been the City Islanders on the attack.
Yeah, Orlando controlled early and really dominated the first few minutes of the match, Gary, but the Islanders beginning to find their groove a little bit, although they haven't really mounted a consistent attack yet. I'm still looking for them to mount an attack that really takes up some time, creates the opportunities that they're looking for.
No quality shots yet, really. Ball down to Gyro. Centered, look out, and then kicked across the end line. It'll be a second quarter kick coming up now for Orlando City. Set here on the near quarter, and Pierre Da Silva, who hit a flat one last time, will see what he can do this time with it. One of those will be hooking in toward the defense. Right there it is, up in the air, and Miller and holds it right there. If you take that ball back across the line, it's a goal. See how careful Miller was when he caught that, kept it nice and high and still. Watch this kick. I'll do the goal kick instead. Tell you what.
Still a great foot.
Jeez. It'd be nice if you had a one-on-one goalie game, wouldn't it? A keeper, and see who can score from either end. I think I'd take my chance with Miller. Earl Edwards has shown us a pretty good foot so far as well. Victor Gyro with it. Sends it back to Madeira. Now a little bit more pressure on the defense from City Islanders, trying to make Orlando City maybe rush just a bit, and do. Good hops that time across the middle by Rashido Levy, and then taken back by Orlando. There's, well, they're going to say what? Got a player down for Orlando City on the far side. Don't have a number just yet. Didn't see what happened. Is it? Don't know. It's a card. So a couple of guys who were there, Barry and Mohammed, having a little chat. it's always fun to watch the players go over and try to help the officials out.
Always so.
You've been around government for a long time, Charlie, and I've seen Senate hearings that aren't as big as these things are, and there it is.
Offering a few tidbits of advice.
So it looked like it might have been Sanaa over there on the far side who was down. Let's see what happened. Just took one in the gut.
And as you correctly pointed out a little bit earlier, Gary, there's going to be a lot of stoppage time at the end of this half.
Ooh,
We've had 2 significant injury timeouts.
Feels like you might have
back
another.
in play.
Feels like you might have another half. So the Islanders will send it out to Wheeler. Wheeler takes it on the hop, blocked behind. And I'll tell you one thing, Orlando City B is playing tight defense tonight. They really are in your face.
Yeah, they're challenging on every ball and doing a pretty good job of it. But this is an opportunity, though, as we've said, Gary, for City Islanders to pick up 3 points and, really make a statement in the standings and in the early part of the season. These games count every bit as much as the ones down the stretch towards playoff time, and Harrisburg has high hopes for not only reaching the playoffs, but perhaps going deep into them this year. These games, these matches early on count for a lot.
So you have an opportunity here for Orlando City right now with a direct kick. We saw one of these go the other night with Bethlehem Steel on the short hop to Brandon Miller. And I'm sure that's still sitting very clearly in his head. It's almost from exactly the same spot.
Yeah, it wasn't cleanly played, and it resulted in a Bethlehem goal the other night. Here we go.
There it is again. This time Miller wisely lets it go on by. A little bit more of a hook to it.
No threat whatsoever on that one, Gary. But yeah, we saw that the other night, and the wall set up where it was. They didn't mark up terribly well, and players were coming through, and it really was a tough situation.
So here's Miller, who's going to send it out on the goal kick. 22-36 into this one so far, and no score. Wheeler does a nice job of heading it up, but no one home to take it. And Earl Edwards will pick it up on the other end. This is like goalkeeper to goalkeeper so far. Orlando City played on Friday night. Of course, City Islanders played on Saturday. And here's an opportunity coming up here, but it's offsides. We saw Musa Sanaa down there just getting offsides. So the ball will go back over to the City Islanders.
I was looking for the flag on that far side, Gary, because it was clearly offsides, but it blended in so nicely with that yellow banner out there that they didn't catch it right away.
Yeah, I love the officials' outfits this year, gold and black. Certainly can see them. Oh, back up in the air it comes, and right out in front. And Edwards gets there a little bit ahead, about one step away from opportunity. Pushing it ahead here. You're going to get offsides in a moment.
It's a very late flag, though. We were both looking for it.
Barry's actually laughing. He said, I hope they thought I blended in with the other team or something. Here comes Thomas. Thomas, good flat pass there. Just by DePrima. Hustling back to get it was John Grosh, and taken away by Orlando City. Barry looking for the give and go here. Not going to get it. Instead, bringing it to the near side. Room to run for De Silva. De Silva gets around the corner man. Right to the middle it goes. Good defense, sliding it out of there. Still problems, but big miss there, right out over top of everything. Saw Tony Roca flying through on that one. Roca says, don't I get 3 for that? Only in American football. Miller hooks it downfield. Always looking for Wheeler. Bang, bang play in the center of the field. We'll go over to the Islanders. Thanks to Chad Edwards and our great Advocate crew for all the pictures you're seeing here tonight. They do a fabulous job on staying on top of everything. Got the drum going here a little bit. Oh, good play there by Bembo. Bembo center, missed his man. head to Prima for a moment. Back comes, actually it's going to be Johnny Mendoza. And Orlando City's defense is really causing problems right now for Harrisburg. Another player down again. Is that Mendoza? Mendoza really writhing in pain. So Mendoza goes down over there. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com. And you can strike gold with a new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. You can scratch your way to $1 million with $1 million gold rush. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. It benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day. Gary Sutton, Charlie Drew back with you here on the upper deck at the FMB field. Good stop there by Grosh. And then sent down near side to Wheeler. Wheeler trying to make a turn and not able to do it, and it's going to be a quarter kick. So the second one coming up here, two either way right now, two each way for both these clubs.
Wasn't sure which way the flag that went, Gary. Wasn't sure if it was going to be a throw-in or a corner, but it is a corner, and another set piece for City Island and an opportunity for them. They've really got to work on these set pieces.
We usually see Wheeler right in front of the net, and he got caught out there in the wing, and when he went to try to set his foot, it looked like he slipped. And it kind of was fortuitous because it went off the Orlando City player. So here's Abbas Muhammad with a corner. And remember the last one way by the net, so he'll likely have that in his mind this time and shorten it up a little bit. Here he goes. Little flatter, there it is. And this time, defender kicks it out for Orlando City. Will stay with the Islanders on the throw-in. Here comes Jamie Thomas to put it in play. Shadows starting to fall here over the field right now. They don't have the lights on yet, but I suspect they'll be coming on not too long from now.
But again, Gary, on those set pieces, just not much developing. They haven't given good crosses. They haven't had good motion in the middle. They haven't been coming off of the wall well. It's they've got to work on that.
Good head back up field there for Deshadian. Actually, you look in there right now, and that was not Nishanian. It was Thiago Calvano with that head, so don't want to take away any credit from Calvano. Calvano in there tonight for Trent, who went down the other night with an injury. Very quick, this Orlando City team. They've really been tough on defense so far, and I think they've rushed Harrisburg a little bit in terms of what they're trying to do offensively. Harrisburg, more of a contained team. Orlando City really trying to attack you all the time. Rushing on down, it's going to be another corner coming up here for Harrisburg, so another chance to get it right, Charlie.
Third quarter of the game. Let's see what they're able to do on this one, Gary. The last two, the delivery into the box just frankly wasn't what they were looking for.
And so much so they're going to bring Johnny Mendoza into center at this time.
Yeah.
So change of scenery. Mendoza coming with the right foot this time, so coming in and out, if you will. Mendoza with a flat one. Up in the air it goes. Headed out again by Orlando City. Bring it all the way back to Thomas. Thomas near side. Mendoza's got it. Mendoza sends it down. Grosh has got it. Grosh can he turn the corner? He does. Right out in front of the goal. Up in the air it goes. DePrima block it out. Not going to get it. Out it comes to Calvano. Taken away by Orlando City. Going to ship it across the line here. Yes. Oh, they kept it in.
Kept it in.
Haji Barry hustling on the play. Back to Paul Clois. And then taken away by Cardell Bembo. Remember that you still have Paul Wilson over there on the sideline, on the bench. Did it just the opposite the other night. Had Wilson start. Bembo came in later on. There is Bembo again. Well, what footwork he has. And he'll kick it off Orlando City, control the ball on the far touchline. We're in the 31st minute of the first half, and nothing here.
And both Benbow and Wilson added an awful lot to the City Islanders side on Saturday night, Gary. Without them, obviously, you're 2 goals off of the Harrisburg side, and both of them played exceptionally well. Wilson most of the game, Benbow relatively short part of the game, but when he came in, he certainly made his presence felt.
Talk about Cardell Benbow, started his career in Kingston, Jamaica with Waterhouse FC of the Jamaican National Premier League, but he's represented the Jamaican national team in numerous senior and youth competitions over the years. And certainly representing City Islanders very, very well over 2 years here. There was a push down by Benbow. And Orlando City wonders why it wasn't a yellow card, but you know, it was a little love tap. Taken back by Orlando, does not look good. Take it away, good job by Calvato. And it's going to belong to City Islanders. Rocca with the foul. So Calvano will take a swing at it here. To Deshadian, cross far side to Mohammed. Just not able to hook their passes up as well tonight so far as they did on Saturday. Still playing solid defense tonight. Ball be swung over to Gyro. Gyro sends it upfield. Kicked out of there by Calvano. To the middle it comes. Benbow takes a long look, just kind of curls away for the basket, from the net, excuse me, you know what I was thinking about. So Earl Edwards will kick it out of here with the goal kick. Still nothing in a game that has never really materialized in terms of rhythm yet.
Really hasn't. I think both sides still kind of looking and feeling their way around. It looks like the early part of a championship game in some respect, where teams feel each other out and, you know, poke and prod the defense, and they're still poking at each other's defense and not really mounting serious attack yet.
Not quite sure where to attack it yet. We said one, an attacking kind of defense, the other one much more of a contained. Benbow figures out a way to get that ball through, but again, nobody home there. DePrima was the closest guy to it. Back to the near side, it comes over to Victor Gyro. And Gyro just off the side of his foot. So a lot of kick and chase so far here tonight.
A lot, and I'm a little surprised that they haven't gone to a shorter passing game and really tried to come up on the attack, mounting it in the midfield. They've really tried to go long, and thus far without a whole lot of success.
Saw Jamie Thomas there, when in doubt, throw it up high for Wheeler, let him go head it. They're going to call it to Prima for the foul here. So Victor Gyro will put it back in play. Swing it back to Leo Madera, and Madera will take it to the far side again. Controlled up there by Zach Carroll. Madera with a little bit of room to run here, and will chip it again out of bounds. And I really think the wind has a lot more effect here tonight than what we see here, Charlie. I mean, it just looks like they're all having a tough time really kind of acclimating themselves.
You may be right, Gary. I mean, it's very strong up here. You can hear it in our mics. But you look out across the baseball field that's underneath the soccer turf here, and you see the flags really relatively still, but I'm guessing that down on the field it's a problem. It is swirling in here, and I'm guessing that down on the field it's a problem for them because they're obviously having a hard time adjusting.
And we're looking kind of at the trees too over there, and you can see a lot of wind over there, the trees that border the island here. So hard to say, but you're seeing a lot of odd kicks tonight that you normally I don't think would see at this level of competition.
That is absolutely the case.
Rocca has it. Rocca tried to decide where to go with it. Benbow comes up, starts to attack. Taken away by Alibi, and then it will go off Orlando City. You know, a goal here toward the end of the half would loom large for either of these two teams in terms of momentum going into the locker room, obviously.
you want to take that momentum in with you if you can, and even if you don't put it in the net, to have the momentum of the game, the flow of the thing going your way, really helps a lot coming out. Coach Betcher last night or Saturday night said that, you know, he was looking for them to come out with increased intensity, and I think that you take that intensity into the locker room with you, you bring it out.
Levy swings it across far side. Going to look for Mohammed over there. Across it goes. Rosh sends it to the corner. Got a man down there. Chance to get it to the middle right here. And you got a push down out there. Should be a push down.
Call.
No call. Wow. I mean, he literally pushed him off. A little surprising.
And that was a very nice cutback, and it looked like he had the opportunity to deliver it into the box pretty cleanly. No call at all.
That was, he had his hand up.
So they booted out of there all the way downfield. Looking again for Haji Barry. And it'll go back to the City Islanders. So 9 minutes to go on the clock officially here for the first half. I think we have like another half to go on top of that with the stoppage time.
It's going to be a fair amount of extra time tonight, Gary. I'm pretty sure of that.
Might get 3 games to the price of one here
I'm guessing you
tonight.
get 4 or 5 minutes
right.
of extra time.
Yeah, I'm overdoing it a little bit, but across to Grosh. Grosh pushing it across and no one there. A little bit more of the ground passing there that we were looking for, but not really a hookup at all. Gyro back to Madera. Madera back far side to Carroll. Carroll carries it a little way and then boots it ahead. Nobody particular. Seen a lot of that.
Now we feel that wind up here, Gary, and I've
Yeah.
got to believe that you're right, that it's being felt out on the field.
It doesn't seem to be favoring either side. I mean, I thought at the beginning it was going right to left, but I'm not sure it's really favoring either side. I think it's hurting both sides. Look out. High boot from Miller. You got a lot of purple jerseys right here. Near side, comes to De Silva. De Silva kicks it off Thomas. Should be a handball right there. So they kick it right off the hands and now immediately you go down. De Silva went down on that. I'm not sure what happened. He's rubbing the back of his head.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah. Calvano's over there, and Calvano says, hey, whatever happened, sorry. See what happened here to De Silva. Oh, I see it. He got hit with an elbow. Calvano was trying to get position there, kind of inadvertent elbow. When Thomas gets taken down, what a tackle there. And the worst of it goes to Victor Gyro, who got run over. Gyro's down the field, holding his back. It's starting to look like an American football game with all the players down on the field here in the first half. Take a look at this. I mean, Gyro gets in front, and Thomas just goes right over top, and you can see Gyro go right to the back.
But what's interesting is he was grabbing his back before he went down, Gary.
Yeah, I wonder if he short-stepped. You know, sometimes you get those cleats caught in the turf, and you kind of short-step it.
He looks like he's in real pain.
Anybody that's ever had back problems, you know what that feels like down there on the lower part of the hip.
But he was grabbing his back before he hit the ground, and that's what concerns me a little bit.
Right away, the medic over there to check on him. Fans, stay up to date with the latest USL news and take a look at that play again. I mean, this was a bang play, and there he goes. Now you can see him go to his left side right after that. Concern on the far side there. Anthony Poulos, the head coach, manager, if you will, for Orlando City, and he's still hurting. You see Abbas Mohammed checking his cleats. The fans, stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius XM FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. And he's going to come off the field here. I'll tell you what, that was he took a hit.
I'm not sure what exactly happened. I'd like to see that a little bit earlier in the sequence, but he clearly was in a lot of pain. And the injury occurred before he hit the ground. He hit the ground hard.
So we are back to action here. Muhammad will head it back upfield. Touch off pass, far side. Good back kick over there. And another guy went down on the back kick. Man, tough night here so far for Nixon Scrapes. And maybe a little more than that. Near side it comes to Thomas. Thomas looks ahead. He's got Bembo. Bembo touches it off to Grosh. Grosh trying to get by right now is Thomas over there. Back to Grosh again. Grosh puts it right out in front of the goal, but again, too wide, too long. As chasing it down over there and in the box, did they get a call? No, Wheeler wants a call. The officials giving him the universal sign back, which is like, come on,
call,
where is it? And instead, they're saying the ball's going to belong to Orlando City on the far side, crossing the touchline. So here's a long throw upfield. City Island continues to control the action for the most part. Back it comes to Thomas. Thomas stops. Brings it back to Alibi, then stolen away by Orlando City. There's DePrima trying to get on top of it, nothing there. Taken out of there by Paul Cloas of Orlando City, and then swung on back, far side to Carroll. And here we go again. Long pass downfield. This one looks a little better. They're going to call offsides. I'm going to be not amazed at all, but I'm going to be interested to see how much stoppage time we're playing then.
It's going to be a lot.
Oh, my goodness. Out by Calvano. DePrima comes across. Nice move by DePrima to get to that ball. Boss Muhammad, a little push off there to get some space, and a lot of banging down there. No call by the officials, so it's been a physical game again, Charlie. They've let him play tonight.
They have, and that's part of the USL these days, is they are letting him play. And very physical sides, and they're going at it tonight.
This looks really good right here. Look out. Good stop by Miller. Great stop by Miller. It was offside.
I gotta say though, Gary, he clearly was offsides. I was going to say something, but I don't want to second guess the officials. And so you get into a situation like that where Miller is forced to make a play like that, and then after the play is made and he potentially is banged up, you get the flag. I'm not sure what's going on over there on that far touchline.
Well, give credit to Brandon Miller for coming out and making the play, even though it really wasn't a play.
But I hope that we can catch this. I mean, he was offside.
Oh, clearly.
You know, and the flag doesn't go up.
And we've seen a number of late calls on that so far in the match to date. Other player down out here. And again, it's Victor Gyro again. This time he's holding his head. He got hurt a few minutes ago with the back. And I'm not sure it's not still the back. Yep, it is. Look at that. He still hold that back. You know, you got to think he's got to get out of there. Yeah,
he's hurt.
He's having a tough time just walking correctly. I hope he's got a good chiropractor somewhere. I know that feeling.
Looks like he needs Neymar's doctor.
Good sportsmanship there by Johnny Mendoza. Wishing him the best as he goes off. So Victor Gyro having a tough time in this one. So again, the minutes mount up here, and
we're out of regulation time, so let's see how much they're going to put on for extra time here, Gary. This is going to be a very, very interesting situation. I don't know we've gotten the word, have we?
Yeah, and now they're going to finally get the substitute. They got a yellow card to the coach. I think I'm not sure for not getting the player in on time here.
Whatever it is, he's obviously not very happy.
Anthony Poulos is putting up a little bit of argument, and the official not hearing any of it. That's like talk to the hand. And now the player over there on the side is saying, do I come in, do I not come in? And now he gets waved in finally. We're not sure who that player is. So Austin Martz is the midfielder coming to the game. He got a yellow card, and he said, I didn't even do anything yet. So Austin Martz finally into the game here, although expensively.
I'm not sure I understand that announcement, Gary, but was that there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of extra time. I'm not sure what that suggests, but I'm surprised they're only talking about 3 minutes.
Yeah. Like I said, you feel like there should be another quarter. And Wheeler has guy crawled up his backside that time was Leo Madera. Wheeler thought he was playing piggyback. We see it a lot with Wheeler. Wheeler has a big body. He spreads it, gets the wingspan and everything. It's tough to get by him.
It really is. He takes up a lot of space, and as you say, Gary, has a great jumping ability, so the headers that he's able to control are very, very important to the City Islanders side.
So Calvano will swing it across. Long look down here to Thomas. Thomas pulls it down.
This should be another corner.
Got a corner kick coming up here.
Oh, no, they say it's coming out.
Wow. So goal kick coming out.
See that one again.
Must have been off somebody. Not sure who. So 3 quarters so far to 2 tonight in favor of the Islanders. Which talks about opportunity. We saw 10-2 the other night. We saw so far tonight 3-2. So they're getting some opportunities, although tonight not as many quality opportunities as we saw the other night, where in the first half it was 2-0. Good move again by Bembo. He sends it out near side.
Put that ball exactly where he wanted it. Very nice through ball there. Gonna have a throw in on the near touch line.
Nice job by Dupree of getting down there. And it comes to Bembo. Bembo trying to make a move, double team quickly. Dupree in to make that Thomas in the middle of a little battle. I think it's going to go to the Islanders. Danny Dupree played 16 games last year for the Islanders for a total of 480 minutes after coming back from a season-ending injury in 2015. Now Wheeler trying to attack and ball up in the air, and is that going to be the end of the half? Rather surprised that there wasn't more stoppage time, but that is the end of the half. It is 0-0 at the half. City Islanders and Orlando City. We'll take a break. We'll come back with highlights and discussion about what's going to come up in the second half. We'll also have a chance to talk to Coach Bill Betcher in just a moment here on Invicta. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching USL Soccer, Harrisburg and Orlando, 0-0 at the half.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Welcome back. We're at the half here at FMB Field. 0-0 to score. Let's go down to Coach Bill Betcher. And Coach, first half, how big a factor was the wind down there on the field?
I don't think the wind was any factor, to be honest with you. I just don't think we played very well in the first half.
What did you miss out on there in the first half? The other night you seemed to be passing the ball much better. Tonight it seemed to be tough to hook up some of those passes.
Yeah, we look a little slow right now. They're doing a good job putting pressure on us, and we don't seem like we're playing quick enough and not connecting enough passes. We haven't opened the field up at all. We have to be much better in the second half.
What are you looking to do here in the second half in terms of quickening up the passes and making them a little sharper?
Well, obviously, we'll talk about some things we can do at halftime of getting the ball moving, getting the field opened up a little bit, and if things aren't going the way we want, we'll have to start looking at making some changes.
What concerns you about them thus far in this game?
I mean, the good part so far is they haven't really done a whole lot better. I think they've been in our end maybe a little bit more, connected a few more passes, but they haven't really had any dangerous chances either. So I don't think either team's been very good in the first half.
What's the biggest thing you want to do to start the second half?
Well, we got to come out with more energy. I think that's number one. Like I said, we just look a bit slow tonight.
Coach Betcher, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Coach Bill Betcher here at the half, and you heard it, Charlie. More energy in the second half. He didn't like the energy. He did say the wind's not a big factor. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here in the first half, though it was a scoreless game. The ball got booted around quite a bit here, although not a lot of shots on goal, Charlie. Let's take it away. There you see that wonderful opening. I always like when they come out with these kids. I think it's just a great thing. Posing for a few pictures here to start this match. And then underway we go, and Orlando City gets started. They were aggressive early here. There you see Abbas Mohammed get taken down. That was a yellow card. We saw a lot of that in the first half. A lot of bodies going down, Charlie.
A lot of bodies. That one there resulted in a yellow card, one of two that was handed out against the Orlando side. But as the coach said, some sloppy play, a little bit of grabbing at the jersey there too.
There was a good save by Brandon Miller, and you saw him keep that ball nice and out of here again. De Silva put it out in the middle, and it looked dangerous for a moment, and then a high kick coming in. It was all Orlando City in the first 4 to 5 minutes, and then here's a corner that was earned by Wheeler as he slipped down. Flat kick in there, good defense by Orlando City. But again, one of the things you've talked about, Charlie, is not cashing in on these corner opportunities that they're getting.
Yeah, they really, as I think we've said a couple of times, Guy, need to work on all of their set pieces, not simply the corners, but all of them, because those are opportunities that don't come along a whole lot of times in a match. And in a situation like you have tonight where the play has not been, as Coach Betcher said, exactly to your liking, those are the opportunities to really do something. You've got to capitalize on it.
Well, there you see the first half, and kind of stingy. Only 3 shots on the side of Orlando City, only 1 for the City Islanders. Shots on target, 1-1. Possessions, 58% of the time, it belongs to Orlando City. Much like we saw the other night with the Bethlehem City match. Offsides, 4 against Orlando City, none again for City Islanders. Yellow cards, 2 for Orlando, none for the Islanders, and red cards, none in the game so far. So, Charlie, your thoughts here as we kind of go into the City Islander locker room here. You sense that Coach Betcher was not happy at all.
The passing situation has to be much better. The coach alluded to that. We talked about it a little bit throughout the half, but you're clearly not going to be successful, Gary, if you're only taking 1 shot in a half of a soccer match, and that 1 shot was really not a threat at all. You've got to put the ball on frame. You've got to create the scoring opportunities. Tonight, I think they've got to look to push the attack forward much more quickly and aggressively than they did in the first half.
And as Coach said, though, their defense has been stellar so far. After that first 4 minutes, a couple scary moments there, they came back and did a great job defensively throughout the rest of the first half.
The defense has held up tonight. That's the good news. But throughout the season, the defense has been pretty good. A couple of little minor letdowns in Saturday night's match, but other than that, a great goals against average. And although it evened out a little bit Saturday night, coming into tonight, opportunity to push it down below 1 goal a game.
We'll take a break and we'll get ready for the second half here in a few moments. You're watching USL Soccer. It's Harrisburg, the City Islanders against Orlando City here tonight on City Island, and you're watching it all on Infica.
Last week at San Antonio FC, the USL Experience completed a second year of unprecedented success. The USL Experience provides Super Y League players with a comprehensive look into the North American professional landscape, where they can experience life as a pro at a level never before visited.
No, we're really pleased to host the USL Experience here in San Antonio. The players get to experience what it's like to be a professional player. They've interacted well with our current players over lunch, and we're looking forward to watching them play. I know they've trained this morning, and looking forward to the games this evening, and as a staff we're looking forward to watch them play.
The USLX event has given our players a great opportunity to participate and play against players from all across the nation, which serves as a great development opportunity for our kids. Obviously, you know, Texas is a big state, but when you get the opportunity to play against kids from across the nation, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity right now at their age groups.
Rewind to the inaugural 2016 USL Experience hosted by FC Cincinnati. During halftime of the River Cities Cup versus Louisville City FC, USL Experience players walked out onto the field in front of a 20,000 capacity crowd at Nippert Stadium and were recognized as the future of the game. That's not happening anywhere else in the country. A year in the making, the USL Experience at San Antonio FC looked to build on the accomplishments of FC Cincinnati and achieved great success with a 2017 event unlike anything else currently available to youth players. During the event, these athletes experienced a full media day, including professional photo shoots, press conferences, and interviews conducted by USL Experience and San Antonio FC staff in stadium suites overlooking the beautiful Toyota field. The experience intensified as players stepped onto the pitch for the first time, flying through competitive training sessions conducted by invited Super Y coaches who continued to evaluate players throughout the event. College coaches and U.S. Soccer Federation scouts attended USL Experience matches as the players challenged the San Antonio FC ETP and Rio Grande Valley Academy teams. In addition to their own match experience, players witnessed firsthand the professional matchday experience of San Antonio FC, which included access to a closed-door training session, lunch with the first team, and the opportunity to learn tactics from head coach Darren Powell in a strategy session before the season home opener. The 2017 USL Experience culminated in spectacular fashion as players celebrated San Antonio FC's first home triumph of the season with a 3-0 victory over LA Galaxy 2. By providing an event such as this, the USL has become a leader through its commitment to youth development. The USL Experience is breaking barriers by making professional soccer and the professional dream more accessible. For USL Network, I'm Morgan Conklin.
You know, they were committed to winning. We had good leadership in the team with Chris Moorman and Matt Nelson, Dustin Bixler, Mo Odor. We had a good group of young guys that came in and did really well. And you know, we just did a lot of great things that year. Defended well, scored timely goals, got a big upset win over DC United in the Open Cup, made it all the way to the quarterfinals of that competition. You know, and then found our way to the USL Championship where we were able to pull it out in penalties. It's great memories, and you know, hopefully, you know, we can build on some more this season.
It is a tale of two cities, but these are the best of times in Orlando and Harrisburg as the Lions and City Islanders will do battle for the 2011 USL Pro Championship here tonight on Fox Soccer. And but down a goal with just seconds to play. Jason Pelletier from the near side flag sends it in. It's headed towards the goal and put in. The City Islanders have equalized. JT on the back of the net, and oh my gosh, another goal. They do it again off the corner, and Saini Touré. Harrisburg leads it. Can you believe it?
It is amazing as the teams are preparing to come out here. The fans here at Bonnie Field are going crazy. As you can see, the atmosphere here is absolutely fantastic. It's buzzing. Once here for the visitors. Good ball swung in and back across the middle. The shot is scuffed wide.
Back to the middle. Did he get a shot right here? Loose for just a moment. One more. Yes! Here it is! Goal! Off the foot, it looks from Paul Wilson.
What a goal!
Here's Barreal. See who puts a little bit more height on this one. He does. Right in front of the net. And nails it! How about that shot by Barreal? That's a perfect shot.
That's one for the highlight reel, Gary. That was just perfect.
Right side, nice ball. You got Wilson. There it is. Wilson chipping it in. He's got it! Oh, and a little back flip to go with it, huh? The board first. Here comes Thomas pushing it again. Harrisburg.
Another great ball.
Look at this. Wheeler again! Right away! And Wheeler with the hit.
That'll go in the highlight reel, Gary. That wow.
As Manolo Sanchez beats Ryan Mira and finally gets his goal. Coming back to the first place he played pro.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
Welcome back to FMB Field here. We're getting ready to start the second half here in just a moment. As you hear Brian Kaiser in the background, the voice of the Islanders here forever. Brian, a great guy who's been around here for a long time. And nothing here. So Charlie, let's reset the stage here as we switch ends of the field right now. And what are you going to do here the second half? You heard Bill Betcher. He was not, I didn't see a smile cross his face one time in that interview.
He watched the same game we did, Gary. Not the prettiest half of soccer in the history of the game, that's for sure. And City Island really has to step up their game. They've got to be much more aggressive offensively. They've got to mount the attack much more consistently. And they just have to play their style of soccer. If they do, I think things will work out fine for them tonight.
It appears no changes in the lineup for the City Islanders for the moment. Although you heard Coach Betcher, he said if things don't change pretty rapidly here in the passing game, we'll make some changes. But it's almost like he wants to give this group a chance to meld somehow and maybe challenge them a little bit to come out in the second half and do something. On the other side, if you're Orlando City, once again, as we saw with Bethlehem Steel the other night, good possession of the ball, not lots of north-south movement here, especially south or north, depending on which way they're going toward our goal.
I think, Gary, that you identified the coaching decision that was made, which was to stick with the group that you had out there to see if they can gel a little bit. You've got some personnel that aren't the usual people in the usual positions. Give them the opportunity, but if things don't pick up relatively quickly, then you go to the bench and see what the substitutions can do.
You go from the long leash to the short leash very quickly here. Bill Betcher with 125 wins here in his...
We will get a measure of the patience of the veteran coach tonight, Gary.
Yes, absolutely. Coach Betcher, by the way, two great kids that played for Lower Dauphin, where he's the head of the soccer association there, but his two kids played on Lower Dauphin's state championship team last year. They're also very fine basketball players as well. So the lineage continues to be passed on there. What he wants right now and tonight, very simply, is let's get a W.
And interestingly, he answered the question you asked right off the top, which is one we've been asking up here in the box, which is, does that win make any difference tonight? He said none whatsoever. So down on the field, it must not be what it is up here in the box, because up here it's swirling around pretty heavily.
He went with your initial reaction. You said, I don't think the wind is as big a factor, and I was one who said it did, so I have been proven wrong. Again,
oh my gosh, Gary, that's a reason to be really ashamed. You can't tell from up here. That's the whole thing. I mean, you really can't.
My wife has never heard me say that, so it was that I was wrong. So it was, I knew it would happen one day, but.
Well, we won't tell her.
Gary Sutton and Charlie Giroux up here, and my wife Debbie, very patient back at home and watching the game, no doubt. I told her I'd be with you tonight, so she said I was safe. But
I'll give you a note before you go.
Right, right. Dr. Charlie Giroux up here with us tonight. And here are the Islanders back on and trying to get it off, and good play there by Earl Edwards, who hasn't – he and Brandon Miller tonight have been kind of a witness protection on both ends. They haven't had a lot of shots on goal thus far. Might get one here, though.
And he's going to have to watch him. He's riding him in the box pretty hard, Gary. I'm sure
got away with it.
I'm sure the Orlando side, well, you can see the coach across the field vociferously disputing that.
Yeah, Tony Poole is not happy at all.
He was looking for the PK.
In soccer lingo, that's penalty kick, ladies and gentlemen. And this time it's going to go over to Orlando City as it'll be taken in far side by Jules Yamani. And I'll tell you what, that was a takedown. But again, as we said early in the first half, they're letting them play this year. We saw it the other night in the Bethlehem Steel game. We see it again here tonight.
And that's the way you want these matches to go. You don't want them to be whistle-happy affairs. And they clearly have set the bar this year in the USL as let them play.
Yep, exactly right. Miller lets it come off his feet, boots it out of there nicely. Looking for Wheeler. Wheeler gets up there, gets the head on it. Or will they get any follow-up?
Almost always does, Gary.
A lot of height. He
Great
goes up
hustle there, too.
And Wheeler made that play.
They get the throw in as a result.
So here comes Bembo. He says, I'll give it to Mohammed, let him throw it in. And Abbas Mohammed. We'll look here for Bembo looking ahead. Mixed up in there for a moment by Orlando City. Just a moment of indecision. And then chasing it down here is Mendoza, and then booting it all the way back to Brandon Miller. It comes, and Brandon Miller will kick it out far side. Trying to get Mendoza out there, and the ball will go back to Orlando City. Now you see the flags loosening up a little bit out there, and again, it's kind of a crosswind, it appears to be, or maybe even on the side of Orlando City a bit.
I think it is, Gary. I think it's blowing from corner to corner the way it looks. It's hard to tell. It has swirled around the inside of this FNB field here on City Island.
It'd be interesting to be down on the field calling this one because you get a sense of what it's like. We're up here on the second deck, actually on the right field side of the baseball stadium, which is, by the way, a great view of the game, but you don't really sense the same conditions maybe that they have down there. Here's a good look ahead. Trying to get it to Wheeler. Taken back by Orlando City. Cross pass there, stolen back by the Islanders for a moment as Thomas is taken out on the far side. And the ball will still stay with Orlando City. Thrown ahead this time. They're going to take it right on back to the goalkeeper. No. Bring it out here near side. Bembo in there trying to get to it. Racing across is Wheeler. He won't get it. Touched up. Looking for the Prima. No one home. And Orlando City controls it again. And it appears that the wind is really on the side of Orlando City here to start the second half. And I think you're going to get a goal kick here. So Abbas Mohammed forcing that one. Touch pass ahead. Off the side of the foot.
I can't imagine that Coach Betcher is a whole lot happier right now than he was when he went into the locker room, Gary. I mean, this is, I'm not sure what is going on tonight, but it's not the same squad that we saw on Saturday night. It simply isn't.
Yeah, you would think that maybe there will be a little bit of excitement tonight, and maybe there is. We're just not spotting it, but it's here's Wheeler in the middle of the field. Wheeler has it taken away for a moment.
You don't see Aaron Wheeler run off the ball very often.
No, not hardly ever. Excuse me for the double negative there.
But the double negative was correct. Just doesn't happen, and I just don't know what is going on, but the whole team looks flat tonight.
Yeah, just a little bit. So the ball will be controlled here by the Islanders, and watch and see if that wind is a factor here. If you see a lot more ground passing coming up as Abbas Muhammad will send it back to Brandon Miller. Miller will boot it out of there. You got to get a push from behind by Jamie Thomas over there. The Islanders back in action on April 29th. They'll be in Pittsburgh against the Riverhounds. And on the other side, for Orlando, they play Bethlehem Steel next on the 23rd, which will be this coming Sunday. Tell you, Orlando City continues to play that hawking kind of defense here. I'll tell you, Miller continues to send some rocket shots, even if it's into the wind right now, that are pretty good. Just have never established a passing game here tonight. And that's been the tail of the tape.
Another Harrisburg foul here and some discussion following it, Gary, but you're right. They just have not fallen into any sort of pattern of offense tonight. Haven't mounted sustained attacks, haven't mounted quick attacks on the counter moves tonight either. When they've brought the ball downfield on the counters, they've fallen apart relatively quickly.
Well, here's Orlando City. Let's see if they go with the long kick. The set piece, there it is. Out ahead it comes. Head to the middle, dangerous moment here, and headed right on back to Brandon Miller. Coolly and calmly. And Miller now will zip it out here to the wing. Bembo's got it. Bembo. There's a guy you hardly ever see it taken away from, Cardell Bembo.
Little foul on Orlando there, and the opportunity for Harrisburg to put it back in play.
Calvano brings it back across. Good job over there by Mendoza. Mendoza, good give and go here. Mendoza coming up. Right to the middle it comes. Wheeler out in front and taken away. They could not. I'll tell you the one thing Orlando City has done a great job of tonight is getting inside position on every cross. There has never been a white shirt available on the crosses tonight. But right now, the Islanders trying to mount an attack. Cross has it taken away by Orlando City. Taken away that time was Sada. So a goal kick coming out here.
Just no shots on frame, Gary. That's the problem that has persisted throughout this match. Just no shots on frame whatsoever. And they've got to begin to look for those opportunities because the clock continues to tick.
And Orlando City has been quicker defensively than Harrisburg has been offensively. And thus, you're seeing them get inside position, jumping to the ball between the receiver of the ball and the passer just about every time. That's a simple man's explanation of what you're seeing.
But that's what's going on. And, you know, Coach Betcher at the half didn't use the word, but what he was basically saying is we're lethargic. We're not getting to the ball quickly enough. We're not passing quickly enough on the offensive side. And you continue to see that here in the second half. There simply isn't the intensity that has marked this Harrisburg side thus far this season. And you want to see them play at full speed with the ultimate intensity, firing on all four cylinders.
And you ask who's on the bench tonight? Well, there's a long kick outside, not going to do anything
and
there.
And then you see that kind of thing. I mean, that's what we've seen most of the night, and that is not going to create scoring opportunities.
I think you're going to see Paul Wilson into this game not too long from now. They've also got Mohamed Dabo over there, number 8, midfielder. And we'll see if Pedro Rivera sees some time here. And, of course, Manolo Sanchez is over there, too, who scored the winning goal against New York.
All of those players have made an appreciable difference for the Harrisburg side at some point or another in this early season, Gary. So I wouldn't be surprised to see one or more of them into this match pretty quickly. And there's a scoring opportunity.
Is it a save? It is. Somehow Miller got to that. I thought it had gotten behind him. And I'm not sure.
Behind him. He was able to turn and scoop it the way it looked. We've got a bad angle on it from here, but it looked like he was able to scoop it right before it went across the goal line.
He got it before it went to the line. So talk about dodging one. Right there it is.
But there was a lot of danger written on that situation.
Really was. So here it is, taken down the far side by Thomas, and Thomas gets tripped up. Dumps it off, though, first. And they're getting opportunities here in the middle. There's just not anybody there. Wheeler not able to get to the passes.
And the play in the midfield has not been all that bad, Gary, but then when they move forward, there's simply nothing. They're giving these long crosses and I guess you'd call them shots that just are simply going nowhere and don't create any opportunity whatsoever to score.
Another opportunity coming up here for Orlando City. Cross side will go across the touchline, and then will come back out to the City Islanders. And there you see that move. Now take a look at the angle we get right here. Our Vicar crew right on top, and I'll tell you what.
I think we got away with one there, Gary.
That was a goal.
I think we got away with one.
That was a goal. Yeah.
It looked like 90,
well, it was spinning.
99% was spinning.
It was spinning on the line, so it never made it past the total line. So in that regard, it was not a goal. But I'll tell you what, you won't get any closer than that. They head it back to Brandon Miller, and right now a little uncomfortable as you're playing the ball in the Orlando City end at the moment. You just wonder how long Bill Betcher will go before he makes some changes here.
And Gary, you are correct. The entire ball has to be across that line, but it was spinning
perilously.
If it wasn't all over, it was a game of inches.
But great view by our Vicar crew down there.
And the official was right on the line. I mean, he had a much better shot at it than we did, but certainly danger written on that one.
And there's Wheeler getting up, and
we dodged the bullet.
So you're seeing a lot of guys warming up over in the far sideline right now for the Islanders, getting their legs loose, and wonder how many of them will be coming into the match. So we are 58 minutes and 38 seconds into this one, and here's another set piece. And this is, again, I stress it a lot, but this is where the score came the other night. This time it's the Islanders doing it. Flat kick, headed toward the goal. Boom, right at the far side, and almost getting it in there.
There was a foul on the play before the shot was taken, though, but it was at least a good turn, a good shot. Far post was open. Just pushed it a little bit wide, but unfortunately a foul before the shot.
So again, another set piece and another bullet dodge by Orlando City, and the score continues 0-0 in this one. So Paul Wilson comes in for Danny DePrima, and there's the first move by Bill Betcher. So let's see if things change at all. Wilson is like instant action.
He has been the catalyst for many successful opportunities for Harrisburg.
Oh, look out here. Look out here. And it's just kicked across with the outside. It'll be a goal kick out. So Paul Wilson is like what you call instant energy. And
makes
maybe
a lot
that's
of things happen.
Maybe that's exactly what they need right now. Much like Bembo came with some instant energy the other night and scored the winning goal.
The Harrisburg side has been a little bit flat tonight, Gary, and so you bring in somebody that's a spark plug that really energizes things, gets things happening, creates a lot of space, is constantly looking to pass two positions ahead, and does it pretty successfully. He will make this offense move a little bit.
Well, this game has been in limbo so far, and we'll see if we can move it out of that position. 61st minute being played here. No score in this one. Loose ball here at the sideline. Johnny Mendoza. And again, down the field it comes. And kicking it across is going to be a corner kick, I think. And that's exactly what it is. The third corner kick of the night coming up here for Orlando City. So, ball will go to the corner. And Orlando City will have their third opportunity tonight. So 3 either way now. Set piece, always a dangerous moment. This was a high kick, good look, batted out of there nicely by Brandon Miller, and off to the races comes. And they got some numbers here. Bembo down the far side. Bembo pushing it ahead. Bembo, he's caught up just for a moment. Bembo, look, has a shot. 1/2 step too late.
And unfortunately, they really didn't build the support there, Gary. They had numbers out on that far wing, on the far touch line, but they didn't bring the support up the middle so that when Bembo took the shot, there was nobody there for the rebound.
Thomas, back to the middle it comes. Good look. Oh, and a great stop by Earl Edwards.
There was your opportunity. A great turn.
That's exactly what you're looking for.
Half volley, great shot.
John Grosh had a good look at it, got a good shot on it, and Earl Edwards made a great play out of it. Nice stop by the goalkeeper. That's more what you're looking for right there.
That's exactly what you're looking for.
And what was interesting that time was Orlando City was really slow in transition getting back down the field, which has not been the case all night long. And you're wondering if that attacking style of defense maybe catches up to them a little bit here late in the second half. Just a thought.
They've been doing a lot of running. But that's what they get paid for.
And then headed back down to Brandon Miller again by Abbas. Abbas Muhammad. Again, missing the pass downfield. As Jamie Thomas trying to get something happening there for the Islanders. In the 63rd minute of this match, and it is still 0-0. Entirely different kind of match that we saw the other night, whereas bang, bang about 5 different times during the course of the game. Fortunately, one more time for us. Inbounds throw. Pushed by Orlando City B. It will belong to Orlando City B on the takedown. They will get the throw in very quickly. Long cross that time. That's Austin March that took that into the game here in the second half. The official says play on. Oh, and a missed opportunity. For some reason, everyone stopped playing for a moment, and Orlando City didn't.
There was no apparent whistle, but folks stopped play, and again, pretty fortunate there because all he needed to do was get a foot on that, and he got the foot on it underneath it. Unfortunately for him.
Haji Barry had a point-blank shot and just scooped it. That's 2 this half that they've had right in front of the net. And the passing has really not been there tonight for the Islanders. Not the way we saw it the other night. They were really sharp.
That was just plain flat out a bad pass.
Yep. There's Paul Wilson with it. It's the first time he's had his feet on it. Here's Bembo trying to beat him into the ball, and he forces him to kick it out of bounds, so it'll belong to the Islanders. Bembo in. Mendoza right there. Mendoza a little bit crowded. Bembo says, I'll wait forever here if I need to. And was looking for a cross there to Grosh. Missed him. Ball tipped back. Looks like Wheeler tried to get down there on it. Wheeler forces it out of bounds off Orlando City at the 66th minute of this one. Here's Paul Wilson. Paul Wilson swings it near side. Mendoza's going to track it down. He's got Grosh coming down the backside. Possible give and go here. Swing it back to Wilson. Wilson on a give and go. Stopped in the middle by Mendoza. Trying to get it to Wilson. Nice idea there, just not able to hook up. Just kicked across the line by Nishanian. Will allow his team to get back down there and regroup defensively. Richie Larissa in there now, and Richie Larissa is a guy that has scored this year. Albert Dequa, who's on the bench tonight, has 2 goals for this team. Number 90, we'll see if he comes in here at some point in time for Orlando City. It's the leading scorer on the team so far.
Giving it up on the attack all too often, Gary, especially in the short midfield. And that's where they've really got to tighten this game up a little bit, use the passing game much more to their effect.
About 24 minutes left in this one. The ball go across the touchline again, and Orlando City mounting an attack yard by yard here right now. And they'll get a throw in, far side touchline. Good throw, headed out by the Islanders. And they'll get the ball. So far tonight, a tough one here for the Islanders and trying to build any kind of real sustained momentum. They've had a couple of moments, but that's been it. Miller, big kick down there, looks again for Wheeler, and headshot by Orlando City, but in the direction of the Islanders. Here comes Mendoza. Mendoza able to get it right to the middle, and no, kicked out of there again by Orlando City. So a good cross by Mendoza, and Wheeler's going to get called for the push. Well, Mendoza had the idea, may have taken it a little bit too deep that time.
Did take it too deep, and you have 5 defenders in the box and no real support for the City Islanders attack there. They've got to bring those midfielders up much more quickly.
For as much attacking as Orlando City has done in their defense tonight, been very impressive for the most part, getting back on transition defensively and stopping any kind of good crosses.
They have. You've got to give them their due in that regard. Their defense has been their strongest asset thus far, and as a result, you got a 0-0 match.
Back out of there by the Shadian and back into the area. Here comes Miller. Miller's going to get it. So Miller right to the edge of the box there, and Miller says, will I throw it out or will I kick it out? I think he's going to decide on the kick. Again, showing you that big foot to Wheeler. Wheeler gets pushed.
There was a push there. They got it.
So Wheeler gets pushed out of there, and so the City Islanders get a nice set piece here. There you see Wilson, Paul Wilson in there. Paul Wilson has supplied a lot of excitement here in this Islanders team the last 2 years.
In basketball, you would call him a playmaker, Gary.
Yes.
He really is the spark plug, the catalyst. He gets things going, does a lot of things right.
Well, there you saw Levy saying, I'm ready to start. The official said, I'm not. So here's a Levy. Let's see what he does. Chips it up over the top. Looking for Wheeler. It's slapped down by Earl Edwards. So it's a nice idea.
It was a good idea.
Yeah, good set piece there.
Wheeler coming in from the right side with all of that size and a pretty good chip shot. You've got a lot of weapons there.
Lots of running room here near side. Austin March, he gets taken down. Good tackle there. Swing the corner back to the middle. Good stop by Miller. Did Miller step out? I think he did. Miller stepped out, so it's going to be the fourth corner kick coming up. I thought he was a little deep there. It's a good stop by Miller. We'll watch at the end when he stops it here, and you'll see him step across the line. Exactly right. Better safe than sorry. And apparently, it's going to be a goal kick. Sané is down. Moussa Sané. It looks to me like cramp. He's pushing back with the toe. So Sané is down for the moment here. First time we've had anybody down in this half.
It's clearly a cramp, Gary. The problem is that once you begin to cramp, your game is really in trouble, because the first time you accelerate or jump, probably cramp again.
Fans stay up to date on the latest USL news and information from around the league. Tune in to USL Coast to Coast with Mike Watts Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC. Thomas trying to get in there on that one. Pitched ahead. Swung back. Orlando City has it. Grosh is going to take it. Grosh gets pushed down from behind. I think you're going to get a whistle here. And it'll go City Islanders' way. That's Mike Watts Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Sirius XM FC, Channel 85. Also, don't forget, Sirius FC will air the USL Game of the Week. Please check uslsoccer.com for dates and times. So time starting to get to be of the essence here for both these clubs as they are played to a 0-0 tie so far. And right here you got some numbers if you're Orlando City. Pushing it ahead. They go and across the end line belong to the City Islanders in the 73rd minute of this one. Soccer fans, Nike is an official sponsor of the USL. For more information, visit NikeSoccer.com and strike gold with the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. You can scratch away to $1 million with a $1 million gold rush. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly, and it benefits older Americans, older Pennsylvanians actually, every single day. So the ball will go back over now to Orlando City. 73 minutes into this one, just about. And it is 0-0, and we're just hoping for that one little glimmer of light here if you're a City Islander fan.
That one little glimmer of light would burn very brightly about right now, Gary, because with the number of shots, and particularly the good shots on frame that have been taken tonight, a single goal is going to hold up very big, I think.
Absolutely. Near side, Wheeler can get to it. Yep, you can. Johnny Mendoza out there, and now it's going to be back in the corner and swung back to the middle. Grosh on top of it. Not going to get it, though. Sent back down the field. And it will go across the touchline, but problem averted there by Orlando City. That was looking pretty promising for a moment. Now back to Wilson it comes. Wilson kicks it back to Miller. Miller will boot it out of there. Grosh, good hustle. Can he track it down near side? He can. Let's see who gets to it first. And Grosh says, give that ball to me. Here you go. Little opportunity right here. Back to the middle it comes. And Mendoza, and it, unfortunately, right off his own man. Mendoza was tracking that the whole way, coming in from the near side, but unfortunately didn't get the ball in the air quickly. It hit his own man lying on the ground.
He had it, unfortunately. It wasn't quick enough, and there was his own player.
There you see the Capital City crew over there, making a lot of noise with the drum tonight. Good defense down there by Abbas Muhammad. Muhammad playing a little keep away. Ahead it comes to Mendoza. Mendoza back to the middle to Wilson. Nice passing to get out of it. See if Wilson can travel a little bit with it. Here's Wilson, stops, stutters. Again, moves it far side. Thomas, ahead here. Some pretty good passing in this series. Can you finish it off? No. Double teamed again and take it away. But taken back. Calvano over in the far side fighting it out a little bit there. So it's a City Islanders ball, and you're getting ready to see new man into the game, and it looks like Pedro Ribeiro getting ready to come in.
Made his presence felt on Saturday night, Gary, and an opportunity on that last sequence to push the ball to the corner and create a lot of space. Didn't do it. Come up with a throw in along the far touchline, but
Pedro Ribeiro returning this year to Harrisburg for the City Islanders. Spent 2 seasons with the MLS team Orlando City, appeared in 21 matches, scoring 2 goals. Played for the Philadelphia Union, appeared in 9 matches with 2 goals, and now we get another corner kick here for the Islanders, and this is their 4th of the game. Will this one bring home gold?
Been talking about these set pieces, Gary. Here's an opportunity for the City Islanders.
Low, flat, hard, and again, nothing home. Trying to figure out the concept there of what they're trying to do with those low, flat, hard corners. Here's Mendoza. Mendoza back to the center it comes. Oh, and you got an opening right there. Oh, it
hit
hits
the
off.
post.
Hits off the post. Boy, a game of inches. We saw that one earlier by Orlando City. Right here, the Islanders had a chance with that one.
Great opportunity, and I think they're going to. Wilson's still calling for the fact that he believes should have gotten a PK on that one. He was pulled down. How he got the shot off.
Now the official is going over to check with the other official here. Let's see what we got. This is interesting. This is interesting.
He's saying they got it. He's saying they got it. You know, I'm not going to argue with officials from up here, Gary, but I saw that as a PK. Wilson clearly was arguing his case. And
take a look. See what you have here. Here we got the replay coming up right here. You'll see Wilson coming in, and Wilson gets taken down inside the box. He was clearly one step inside the box, and so now you're going to get a penalty kick coming up. Let's see who takes this. Big opportunity. When I saw the official running back, the other official clearly had something.
He had it.
So it looks like Calvano is going to take this.
Huge opportunity here, Gary. You know, this is.
Let's take a look again. Here it is. And you can see he was just undercut
the Orlando
right there.
side arguing their case with the other official out along the far side here, but I don't think this is going to change. I think you're coming up with a penalty kick here at a very, very important moment in this match.
We're going to have a little stoppage time here too at the end. But
I mean, it wasn't the most dramatic takedown in the history of the game, but it was
a takedown
clear.
nevertheless.
It really wasn't. It was inside the box. I was like throwing my hands up a little bit. You don't want to spend your time up here in the broadcast booth arguing with officials down on the field, but it looked that way. And still in all, he got it off the post, which was kind of remarkable in and of itself. But the PK is clearly coming up here, no question.
So Earl Edwards is going to go one-on-one now with Calvano. And Edwards walks out here.
And the great psychological / guessing game begins.
Yep. The key here is not to get it too high. Let's see how Edwards plays this. You have to stay still. Great look here with our cameras.
It's basically, Gary, you pick a side and you go.
Let's see where Calvano goes. Calvano! At the 79:01 mark, Calvano with the penalty kick. Big moment here, and
very big, Gary. You know, all night long this side has struggled a little bit offensively. There was a good opportunity for them. Wilson taken down inside the box. They get the penalty kick, and that's about as clean a shot as you can get on a PK. Up 1-0, and
now
the
you got to make
opportunity,
it,
to make it count. Stand up.
So Calvano, and oddly enough,
a good clean strike. Keeper went the opposite way, and that's in the back of the net about as easily as it comes.
What's ironic tonight is Calvano in there where Travis Brent started the other night. So a lot of confidence there with Calvano on taking that penalty kick. So we're in the 80th minute now. 10 minutes to play in this one. So 1-0, 1-0. The Islanders up by 1 in a game where one might loom large here at the moment, but who knows? Now you got to play great defense as well, and the ball belonged to Orlando City in their part of the field. Good job there by Bembo. Bembo kicks it away. Going to be across the touchline, belongs again to Orlando City. Quickly, March will jump on it.
Not sure what this.
Another player in the middle of the field there is bent over for Orlando City. I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Substitution game.
Here it comes. So into the game now, number 90 is Albert Dequa, and Albert Dequa comes in 2 goals. He's the leading scorer on this team, so keep an eye on number 90. He's in there for a reason. It's a long kick taken by Miller. Miller making sure he covered it up very carefully as he came down with it. Yep. So Miller in no hurry here to get it out of there. When he does, it's a belt. Mendoza looking to the middle to Wilson. Back it comes to Mendoza. Another goal here would look awfully good for City Islanders, obviously. Mendoza finds a little room. Wilson making a move. Wilson, taken away at the last second. Still controlling, though, in the middle of the field. By Olibe. Here comes again. Attacking from that right side. City Islanders trying to get hold of this and pushed out of bounds.
They see something on that right side, Gary, because they've been attacking down that touch line the entire second half, and it has worked for them at this point, and they continue to press the attack on that side.
The 82nd minute, make it the 83rd minute now of this match. Probably a few minutes of stoppage time. Back it comes to Earl Edwards again. He's going to get it started here with a goal kick. Or not a goal kick, just a kick out of there. Sends it way down. Calvano heads it back upfield. Near side it comes. Belong again to Orlando City. Oh, little bang bang there against Bembo.
A little headbutt, Gary, reminiscent of Bobo Brazil, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. I don't think that's in the game. I'm a little surprised that a card didn't come up on that, but maybe no harm, no foul.
So Sean McLaw is coming in now. First time we've seen him in 2 home games here. So in the 84th minute, Sean McLaw is in there, a veteran of this team from last year. Law's a very good defenseman. So Levy with the foul. And now one of those dangerous moments again. The ball on that near side will be spotted down by De Silva.
They really need to mark tightly on this set piece here, Gary. That has not always been the case. And
now the island is very
short
high.
Wall.
There's De Silva, hard look, good stop. Brandon Miller played it perfectly.
Had it all the way.
Heading into the 84th minute of this match. Long boot, looking for Wilson. Can he get open? Wilson with a little back pass. Not sure it was on purpose.
But he got his foot on it. That was the key.
Mendoza takes it back. Alibi. Back to the middle it comes. Here they come on that right side again. And this time it's going to be a corner kick, I think. What a time to get a corner kick and maybe get something off the set piece here, Charlie. We talked about it for 2 matches now. This is the 5th corner kick of the night. 5-4 in corner kicks.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of space out there on that right touch, the far touch line, Gary, on the right side of the field, and Harrisburg has clearly tried to take advantage of it. And one thing that it does late in a match like this is it eats up some clock when you've got that much space and the ability to run a little bit. Here's
I like
cross.
the high kick
Very
here.
Nice.
Good cross that time. Head it back upfield. Islanders should be able to control this. Abbas Muhammad back to the middle. It comes again. Back in that scoring area. Far side. They'll swing it.
Get back to the corner. There they go.
Rosh back to the far right again. Here they come. Locked out of bounds. Another corner kick coming up. And that's exactly what you want right now. Is lots of corner kicks, a lot of time. There's
You're
Romero.
really doing it's chewing up clock, as you said, Gary, at a time in the match when it really matters. And Harrisburg's playing very well right now.
Corner kick number 6, and this is the time when you want to be playing well here, late in the match. Another good high, hard one. Opposite side, open. And it's going to be a foul on the City Islanders. So Edwards is about to kick it out of there.
But what they've done here, Gary, is prove that a good offense is a great defense because they didn't fall into a defensive shell. Instead, they've pressed the attack. They've eaten up time. They've gotten additional shots and even a couple of additional scoring opportunities. It's worked very well for them the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Reminds me of an old axiom in basketball. When you have it and they don't, there's a 100% chance you'll win if you're in the lead. Because you have to have the ball to get back in the match.
That's exactly it. And they've done a very good job of it.
Be careful here on plays like that with a high bounce. Far side. Orlando City B has really not had much of an offense here in the second half. There has not been. They've had 2 opportunities, one very, very close, the other one right in front of the net. And outside of that, not much at home.
And to rephrase what Coach Betcher said at halftime, we haven't played very well. They haven't either. And Harrisburg did pick up their game a little bit here in the second half. And Orlando just simply hasn't. They have not had a lot of good scoring opportunities, haven't taken a lot of quality shots, and as a result, still have 0 on the board.
So now you're going to bunch it up a little bit more down there, probably play a little bit more prevent type defense. We're in minute number 87 now of regulation. Again, 90 minutes is where we stop at regulation. We have a few minutes, I'm sure, of stoppage time that we're going to play through.
Based on what we saw in that first half, though, Gary, I don't think you'll see a lot of stoppage time. There certainly is going to be some, but perhaps not a lot of extra time tonight.
It goes off Orlando City across the touchline.
Goal kick coming out.
I don't think you're going to see Brandon Miller make his fastest move to get this goal kick in play right away either.
He's sprinting to the ball, Gary.
Take his time. Maybe what you do here is you kick it to one of your players and get it back, but we'll see. My taste, you get as far away from that goal as possible. And Miller does exactly that. Looking for Rivera down there. You're going to get a, look like it came off the arm. Back in play it comes from Zach Carroll. Far side to Paul Close. And the Islanders get it back again. Just kick it up ahead there and see if you can get a possibility. Look at Rivera. Ball being kicked out of bounds across the touchline. And again, don't be in any big rush here getting to it. Minute number 89 we're in now. And there you see the Capital City crew. They've beaten their drum all night long. I think the beards are in down there with the Capital City crew, don't you think?
It's the look, Gary.
Very stylish. Kind of like Duck Dynasty meets the soccer league, right?
They have a lot of fun. There's an opportunity.
Oh, Mendoza came in there, and Mendoza had to wait. Mendoza goes down, holding his back. Mendoza had to wait because he was going to be offside, as he did not. And Earl Edwards come out and hit him on the way by, unintentional. So Mendoza down on his back. Oh, caught him with a knee.
High with the knee.
That's what happens when about a 6'3" goalie comes out and hits about a 5'8".
He's holding the middle of his back. It looked like he got hit a little bit higher.
He's smiling.
He's fine. That's good.
He said no problem. He's a little jitterbug, isn't he?
He is.
He reminds you of Paul Wilson. The two of them are kind of out there just darting around constantly. But Mendoza, the 2 nights I've seen him so far, it's my first look at him, he's impressed me a lot. Brings a lot of energy.
I always hate to see those knees to the back, though, because that's where some serious injuries can occur, and thank goodness he's fine.
Well, we're in our last half minute of regulation. Back to the middle it comes. Orlando City controls it, though. And they'll push it right back down again, and you've got, I want to check very carefully here. Slide out of there, and a good boot out. And do we have a penalty kick? Now you see Jamie Thomas picking out
a card.
A
I
yellow
think it's outside
card.
the area, Gary.
Outside of the area, yeah. Thomas gets a card. Thomas is hot. He says, look up at the. He says, look at the video.
Tempers are flaring a little bit here in the final minutes of this match, but I do believe that whatever it is that took place there was outside the area. No indication of coming in. No, they're going to.
And Orlando City making their argument about it was inside the area. And Thomas got to watch it. He's about to get a red card.
It's right on the edge.
Yep. You can see where this all happened. Ball right there on the edge. You can see it right there. As Thomas went in, looking to kick it, the official said he took him out. April 29th at Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh will be the next time the City Islanders play. And then just waiting to see here what the official has right now. And we are now at the end of regulation time, so anything we have here now is stoppage time. They're going to check and make sure how much that is. And the same two officials. It's interesting here. Conferring. So let's see what they have. And again, you can see over there, Anthony Poulos is not happy. He's right there letting his assistant do the talking for the moment. 4 minutes of stoppage time.
Chalk one up for Charlie being wrong, Gary.
Well,
of course, there was a lot there at the end.
I thought the first half there was probably more than 4
I
minutes.
thought, given what we got at the end of the first half, that we would not get that much in the second. But 4 minutes is going to seem like eternity out here.
Yeah, it is. Agony. So we started our stopwatch here. We'll see if we can give you any kind of idea. Right in front, it is, and it's in. And it's in. Right off that piece.
That's a heartbreaker, Gary. It really is. I mean, it's
right after the clock had stopped, and they get it right off that set piece. And it looked like it was Zach Carroll with the score. Zach Carroll, a guy who's used to stopping those things. Take a look at it right here, right in front. And Zach Carroll comes in right off the side of his foot and beats it past the crowd there at the net. What a shame.
And I can't even tell, Gary, through the melee in there whether he came through unmarked, but it kind of looked like he did. And if that's the case, it's one of those little lapses that you simply can't afford. I hope we can see that again.
Zach Carroll, the defender, who also is listed as a goalkeeper. And Carroll right off the side of his foot. He was slashing through from the outside, so let's see if they can get it right back here. So 1-1 in this one. Squash gets it through. Far side it comes. Here comes another look. To the middle it comes, and headed right toward the post, hit off the post again. So the Islanders come right back and put it off the post. Look at Paul Wilson there. He says, come on, let's go, guys. For 1 minute and 20 seconds right now, unofficially into this stoppage time.
I don't know.
It'll be a kick out of the goal kick right here for Orlando City. So Zach Carroll with the tying goal off the set piece. The Islanders will hit it across the touchline. Belongs to Orlando City. So a very hard-fought game here. Unofficially 2 minutes left in this one. I'm going to say unofficially because I'm keeping it on my clock, and the only one that matters is the one that's being kept by the official out there. Good save by Mendoza. Bembo putting it downfield. Bembo taken down hard. Then in on it, Ribeiro trying to get to it. Taken back out of there. And look out, you've got good job by Miller. Good thinking there. Came out and played the ball.
That's it.
And that is it. And the Harrisburg Senators, at the Harrisburg Senator Stadium tonight, City Islanders in a 1-1 tie. They'll get a point tonight, but it looked like two for a long, long way.
Would have been a lot nicer
We're going to take a look at the highlights and some final stats here in a moment. But
seconds into stoppage time, you get off the set piece, a goal for the Orlando side, and a little bit of a disappointment here tonight for the City Islanders, who held a lead and really had pressed the attack there in the closing minutes of the match in regulation time. And again, right at the beginning of stoppage time, you get the goal off of the set piece. Ends up 1-1. Doesn't hurt you in the standings any, but it's not the same as the 3 points you would have liked to have picked up.
Well, you were basically 3 minutes away from walking out here with another victory. You walk out instead with a tie, and always a little bit of disappointment on that.
Yeah, the draws are always kind of disappointing. Take a look at the highlights here, Gary.
Let's look at the highlights right now, and here you'll see them for the game. And you saw the crowd a little lethargic earlier there, much like the Islanders were, and then things got going a little bit. Had some opportunities. The early going, it belonged to Orlando City. As you saw, the cross by De Silva picked up there by Miller. Miller had a good game in goal tonight. That last one was not his fault. And then you had a couple looks there. As I said early, it was Orlando City getting some pretty good opportunities against the Islanders. Here you saw a yellow card given to Martz. Somehow did not get into the game on time, and they got a yellow card out of that. Back to the middle it came. Good defense all night was a hallmark of both these teams. And right in front of the net, and this was one that almost was in. We saw it right on the line, but you see it did not go totally across, and a good save by Brandon Miller. He brought it out and said, here it is. And here you see a set piece. Almost it hits the outside of the post. Good job there by Edwards. He was tough at goal all night as well. Here's another one right in front of the net. Just guiding it ahead that time was Haji Berry. Another cross. Good defense as they played all night long. And then here was the attack from the right side by Thomas. And you're going to see a look here from Mendoza and a good dive with a short hop. And here was the play, controversial. Paul Wilson inside the penalty area when he got taken down. And you'll see it one more time. One official had it, one did not. And then Calvano with the score.
A beautiful strike on that PK.
That was at the 75:01 mark. Good defense there by Thomas, but that was the controversial play as well because that happened right on the line. Long time, every guy reset, and then this. And there you saw the touch into the net by Zach Carroll. That just into stoppage time. City Islanders came right back, put it off the post, not able to do it. And we end up with a 1-1 tie tonight. You see the City Islanders, 8 shots on goal, only 7 for Orlando City. Shots on target, 4-3 for Orlando City. Possessions, 53 to 47%. Offsides, 4, none for City Islanders, 2-1 in yellow cards. But it was a 1-1 tie tonight nevertheless. It will now move the Islanders to 7 points, and they get ready to go on the road. April 29th, they'll be playing in Pittsburgh against the Riverhounds. For Bethlehem Steel, for Orlando City, they'll be back in action with Bethlehem Steel coming up this Sunday. And we thank you for joining us here tonight on Invicta. It was a good night for the Islanders for a long, long time. But, Charlie, it ended up in a 1-1 tie, which I guess is better than a 2-1 loss, right?
Absolutely that, Gary. And not the best night for City Island, yet they walk out of here with a tie. A little bit of a disappointment because they held the they held the lead. And once they picked up the lead, Gary, I thought their intensity increased. Yeah. And that's a good sign for things to come down the road. This team is one that looks like it's very much going to be a contender throughout the season with a good opportunity to go to the playoffs and maybe even to go deep into the playoffs. This is a side that's got the personnel, and when they gel, when they play with the intensity that Coach Betcher looks for, they're right in the mix of the best in the league.
Well, the other thing you have to remember, too, is it's early season. You're going to get better and better with your passing game. You're going to get to know each other a lot better. And again, this team is a lot of new guys, a lot of new parts here in this team. So we'll see how they continue to develop. But I know Coach Betcher does a great job of doing exactly that kind of thing. And now they go on the road for a couple of tough games. And we'll be back here a little bit later on to bring all these action to you. But it's been good bringing it to you tonight here from FMB Field. Again, your final tonight. The City Islanders won, Orlando City won. You've been watching it all on Invicta. Thanks so much to Chad Edwards, our director, and all the Invicta crew tonight, to Charlie Giroux. I'm Gary Sutton. Have a great evening, everyone.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.